today with Alice Caroline Garrett, the author of a fabulous new book, Little Lady Liberty. Hi Alice, how are you?
Good, thanks.
You can see it there. Alice, could you just tell us a little bit about the book, kind of how it came about and what sort of projects that we're going to find and what makes it special?
Yeah, so Amy came and saw me at a show and she liked all the things that I do, like the quilts and the bath bags and the dresses and things, and so the book's got in it basically projects based around a little girl's bedroom. So we've got quilts, cushions, dresses, the rah-rah skirt, and little things that I always sort of liked to make or wanted when I was a child, so pencil cases and little baskets and rosettes and all sorts of things, and it's all featuring Liberty fabrics.
So Liberty, so everything in the book is Liberty fabric.
Yeah, everything's Liberty. And before I did the book, I really wanted a book. I was looking for a book that featured lots of Liberty, that sort of showed how you put the combinations of the colours together and to give you an idea of how they look together, because they look different, obviously, individually on roll to when they're all made up in a quilt or something. So, yeah, there's lots of Liberty in the book, and all down the page edges of the projects there's different Liberty prints.
And would you say that the sort of difficulty level of the projects in the book, are they pretty simple? Could a beginner pick that book up and get going, or is it really for more advanced sewers?
Yeah, it's a beginner, I would say, could do it. And I really like Japanese craft books, because the illustrations are so clear that you often don't need to be able to read Japanese to follow just all the pictures. So I've really tried in the book to explain it through the pictures as much as possible. And some of the projects are really easy, like the cushion project. So it's quite satisfying at the end of it. You get a cushion, but you haven't had to do much sewing, or there's the cushion one. Yeah, and then there's some more involved things. So once you've mastered that one, you can move on to pencil cases and things.
Okay, so you can kind of develop your skills a little bit as you go along with the book projects.
Yeah, yeah.
And is that the quilt, the patchwork quilt that we can see behind you? That's one of the projects in the book, isn't it?
That was a cot quilt. That's sort of what I did before I did the project in the book. So the project in the book then just has a border along and makes it bigger size for a single bed, so for a girl's bed.
Okay, that's great. And I was going to ask it. So all the projects in the book are made using Liberty fabric. You obviously love Liberty fabric, but presumably you could make those projects using any kind of floral, pretty fabrics if you couldn't or didn't want to use Liberty.
Yeah, there's lots of, so it would be a pretty sort of delicate floral if you really wanted a Liberty sort of look, but also with the book I've tried to make it about colour combining, so lots of how to combine with different colours. So it's about if you chose a fabric that you really liked, and then how to pick out other colours from it to sort of match up, to make it all coordinate together. But you can use any kind of floral fabric or even plains.
Yeah. Why do you think that Liberty fabrics are so special? Why is that? Why has your business developed around Liberty?
I really love Liberty fabric because it's so unique and it's instantly recognisable as Liberty. Or maybe that's just me being a bit of a Liberty geek, but it's all the designs are really classic. They last for ages. Some of the designs have been in print for over 100 years from William Morris and things, and they bring them out in new colourways each season to keep them up to date. And it's just such an enormous range. Also, they're very fine to work with. They behave really well on the sewing machines. That's nice. They don't frame up either, so I don't ever zigzag my seams.
And so what sparked your personal interest in fabric and sewing, and how did you get involved with making things?
My grandma, she used to do a lot of quilting, and she had a room where she kept lots of fabrics, and she used all some of my grandfather's old shirts, and back then there weren't really quilting shops, and so she'd use old sheets from the 60s and combine them, and she made me a quilt with a Dresden plate on it, and then she taught my mum, and my mum taught me to sew.
Lovely. And I was going to ask, and this is probably quite tricky, but have you got a favourite project in the book?
Ooh, I don't know. probably. Oh, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, I think the Sophie quilt.
Yeah,
Is
I think that's my favourite. Yeah, I think it's so simple and it looks really achievable, but just stunning as well.
Yeah, you end up with quite a sort of big project that looks like a real project, but it's actually just sewing squares together in a straight line. So yeah, it builds nicely.
That's great. Oh, well, thank you so much, Alice, for spending time with us. That's been great, and really look forward to seeing your book on the shelves.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.